to create a space to help you make your way through the world.
I think when you gotta stop living up here, start living down here.
The way to do that is
safe space
for
depravity.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Oh, and non-binary folks, because can't forget those people, because we see y'all. Welcome back to a safe space for depravity podcast. I am none other than the Wellington boyce.
And I'm Quinn Lemieux. Nice.
Why I said the Wellington.
the Wellington boys.
The Wellington boyce. All right. How's it going, man?
Another day, another dollar.
Securing bags and checking tags.
Yeah, I got my second COVID shot, and I feel hungover, but with zero of the fun or the blame or the regret, really. But just not feeling 110% today.
Yeah, same. I feel like I am hungover because I actually am hungover. Yesterday was Cinco de Mayo, and I didn't have a shot of tequila or a Mexican beer, but
Did you have any Mexican food?
I had Moe's.
Okay. Yeah.
If that counts.
Yeah, chalk that one up.
I had a burrito at some point,
Okay.
and I got fries from American Deli. So
okay, let's talk about this in honor of Cinco de Mayo doing yesterday. Is it? Oh, man, I don't even know how to ask this. Is it strange that all Mexican food is like three different ways of serving the same three ingredients?
like tomatoes, onions, and
No, I'm talking like beef, cheese, veggies, and then tortilla. Like,
oh yeah, like, oh, this is without tortilla, or this is with tortilla on the side, or this is already come wrapped in a tortilla,
or this one comes in a smaller tortilla, but the top's dropped, or this one is fully wrapped in a tortilla, or this one is in a tortilla but it's deep fried, or
this one's in tortilla but it's corn.
Yeah, or this one's in a tortilla but we poured sauce over it and put it in the oven.
Or this is a tortilla and it's got cheese on top.
Now, as soon as I started that line of questioning, I immediately went straight to Italian cooking. But I feel like the difference is that there's different sauces in different noodles.
Yeah.
So it seems different.
It's like you got the linguine, you got the angel hair, you got the spaghetti, you got the fettuccine, the whatever they say. But I don't know. I feel like there's more of an assortment with Italian, whereas Americanized Mexican is just a basic like burrito, taco, or quesadilla. That's it.
Yeah.
Like that's the forefront of all Mexican cuisine. Is like, oh, I want Mexican. What do you want?
It
one
don't
of the
matter.
three. One of the three.
It don't matter. It's the same thing, different ways.
Yeah. One of the three, But I'm sure, since we are not of Mexican descent in any way, as far as we know, I'm sure there's other things out there like that they cook.
No, there definitely is. I guess I'm thinking about this from like an American perspective, but it's funny to me. It's like, oh, you gotta make sure you have some Mexican food on Cinco de Mayo. It's like I've had each of these individually. I just haven't had the right wrapper for them today.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. Like, and it's crazy because I was talking about like, oh yeah, today's Cinco de Mayo. What? Like, oh, we forgot that's a holiday. And I'm like, how do you forget it's a holiday? People in America celebrate a holiday, like, is notorious for celebrating holidays of other people, like other nationalities, and taking it more serious. Like St. Patrick's Day. The Irish don't give a fuck really on St. Patrick's Day. They celebrate it, but it's not like how you go in fucking Boston and you got the whole goddamn parade and cops just saluting for no fucking reasons because they're all from The Departed.
Well,
so
nice. Well, here's what I'll say to that, and I think that there's probably somebody out there who knows more about this than I do. I'm sure of it. But I would say that the reason for that is that they left Ireland and that they left Mexico and now they're here. And like, that's their only or not their only, but one of their only attachments back to it is like trying to keep their culture alive because they're not living in their culture anymore.
Yeah, but I don't even think Cinco de Mayo is like Mexican Independence Day. I'm pretty sure it's not.
It's not.
Yeah, I forgot what it is, but or like the significance of it, but it's not Mexican independence because someone was just like, "Oh, it's like Mexican," and I said, "No, it's not. No,
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 it's
you
not.
got it all wrong. It's literally just a drinking holiday to us."
Yeah, to us, yeah, for sure.
And
Um,
so,
yeah, I don't know. I think yeah, I guess it's being tied back to the culture, but I guess what is funny about that is like it's just very the very American way. People are like, "Ooh, they're having fun. How can I have fun? How much do I have to learn about this to have fun with you?"
well, you know what? We don't have to learn anything. We could just appropriate. We are good at that
Yeah.
because we make America great.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of there's a lot of discussion surrounding what exactly is appropriation, and to be honest, if wearing a sombrero is wrong, I'm not sure I want to be right.
God, get out of here. Please get out of here. So, so in realms of like being canceled, because that's absolutely how you sign up to get canceled. Who is one person that you would just risk it all? Like one celebrity that if they got canceled, the internet found some shit out or whatever, like they said the N word or I don't know. Who is one person you're just like, I can't not be a fan.
Okay, so this question has a couple different levels. So like one level would be like I still enjoy their stuff when no one's when no one's looking.
No one's looking.
Other level would be like, oh yeah, if their stuff comes on around other people, I'm not going to turn it off. And the last level is will actively introduce other people to this person knowing what's going on here.
You heard about R. Kelly?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. No, you heard about R. Kelly. No. Yo, R. Kelly's got a great song about this matter.
Oh my god.
Like,
Well,
like that's a whole other level of psycho behavior. But man, who would I ride for? I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm ever gonna be at the level of, hey, I don't care if
caring that much for somebody.
yeah, I don't know if I'm ever gonna be at the level of like, hey, I don't care if I introduce people to this and they think I'm ignorant because of it, because it's like I don't want to act like I don't care, but as far as like still enjoying their content, oof, I don't know. That's tough because there are just some people. It's like their content's hard to like go without, which I know is such
Yeah.
a ridiculous problem to say out loud, but like I don't know. Like I don't know. I'd probably say if I really had to go up to bat, and put down an answer to this, it would probably be Cody Co. Because I just find myself watching
Wow.
his old stuff so often. Like, and it was at a time like when I found Cody Co. It was at a time when I was living on my own in a new city, and I used to watch the vlogs, and like it was like making me happy to like see other people like doing stuff and succeeding and seeing like this tiny little channel grow
I
to
thought you
what
were called tiny little
no,
man.
no.
I was like, damn, short king.
No. But I still find myself every now and then they'll pop up in my browse feature and I'll go back and like watch a vlog and still enjoy it, but it's one of those it's like watching a kids movie when you're hungover, where you're just like, I remember this movie and it makes me feel good because there's not a lot of anxiety within this movie. And
I don't think I've ever done that, but I get it.
we have
I
a
think
we
I've
have
done it more with like shows, like
yeah,
old kid shows, like Mighty Ducks or
yeah, stuff like
um,
that.
yeah, like
So
I've done that.
yeah, so he's kind of like that pacifier for me as far as content goes, where I'm like, I'll get a smile out of this.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I thought about it last night, trying to think. Like you said, like I don't think there's anybody that I would just be like, oh, well, if they did that, like a rape, like if someone raped somebody,
Yeah.
I'm out. Count me out. Or if like was fucking diddling kids, I'm out. Count me out.
Yeah, for sure.
But like, I want to say Donald Glover,
Mm.
and I feel like that's no one's surprise, but like right now he's being sued for This Is America because like copyrights infringement or whatever, which I don't know. And to me, I was having the conversation. I was just like, he didn't copy. He didn't do it. Like I don't care. Like he wrote a better song. Like yeah,
He made
it's
it
got
better.
hints.
He made it
Yeah.
better. The new main argument. Like
It's got hints of
he's
it.
just an actor, bro. He doesn't have to write things. Like he just makes them better.
Yeah, it's just like what's that one TikToker who's just like, oh yeah, I just take people's content, but
Newman,
like I make it, yeah, Newman, yeah, I just take them and make it better. Like if your video didn't pop off, my bad. Like fuck you, bro.
Yeah,
Get the fuck out of here. But with Donald Glover, I'm on your side.
yeah, exactly. Just
I'm on your
despicable
side.
behavior.
Just like, oh no, he made it better. He did it. He did it right. But yeah, I'd say Donald Glover. I think out of anybody, because it's just like it's so hard. Where I've wrapped my almost like music around his music and his performances and whatever stuff like that. It's just I can't listen or
Yeah,
unwatch him and shit like that or not enjoy what he's doing. And I guess Kid Cudi. I guess I would say Kid Cudi as well.
yeah, and maybe I don't know. Maybe this factors into it too, but I'm sure part of that is that we perceive them to be good people rather
Yeah.
than like we're very much people who.
Well, I've heard
enjoy-
both of those guys are assholes.
Well,
So there's
I
so
think,
many.
But I think it's like we both enjoy knowing more about the person who makes the stuff that we like. So it's
Yeah.
like because we know so much about them, we enjoy that part of them. Whereas like some people, just enjoy the song and that's perfectly fine. And like, ooh, I like when this person puts out new music because they make music I like, but I don't know anything about them. Whereas,
Yeah.
you know, we're very into knowing as much as we possibly can about somebody who makes stuff. But it would be interesting to see like what would happen if a situation like that occurred. Like to me, it's like I look at the Lil Dicky and Jack Harlow situation of just like collabing with Chris Brown for
Chris
no
Brown,
reason.
yeah.
It's like that sucks so much, man. Because it's like I like both of those guys kind of. I like Jack more than I like Lil Dicky, but
Because you've had time to marinate that Little Dicky is with him collabing with Chris Brown. You're just like, nah, that rubbed me the wrong way.
yeah, I also don't love the idea of like the anointed white rapper image that he puts out. Like it's because I'm just this good and this was always destined to happen. It's like, dude, you literally had $15,000 to make a demo. It's like you've had a leg up on 99% of people who have ever given this a shot. And
Yeah.
you are talented, and so it did work out for you. But it's like this isn't. I don't know. I don't want to shit all over Lil Dicky, but it's like I don't like the like the anointedness that he puts out there. It's like you're incredibly talented, but you are much more ahead of a lot of people who have ever tried to do this in a serious manner.
There's that privilege that just harps in over a lot of people's situation. Like, I don't know, where you have like someone like Macklemore who wins a Grammy over Kendrick Lamar and everyone else, and I think Drake was in the same conversation for the same award, where it's all that leg up is his whiteness for Macklemore at the Grammys, because we all know how the Grammys are and it's very subjective and all that stuff. It's just like the Oscars. But I guess Little Dicky's situation, man, he was in San Francisco as an ad. What was it? He was doing marketing stuff.
Yeah.
So like he had money. He was making good money.
Yeah.
To set aside for my rap career.
I mean, I think it's the same hate that people like Post Malone get. Like the rap community doesn't like people doing this shit as a hobby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like where it's just some side project you have going on where, that's where you get into that like cultural, appropriation conversation where it's like, I mean, you use the platform to boost your own image, even though you don't give a fuck about the art form of it. So
yeah,
I mean, I definitely understand it. But I just, I don't know. To me, it's, I think like you take Macklemore, for example, it's like, is that rap? Not really.
Yeah.
Not really. It's a pop. I mean, it's a pop album, and I'll be honest with you, like especially for that time, it was really interesting. I mean, like, I'm sure people can give me examples, but like, it was a lot of very loud, like,
Can we
instrumental.
go back?
Yeah,
This is the moment. Yeah,
yeah.
like shit just kind of got you hype. And
Yeah, it was just very it was sonically interesting is the best way I could put it.
yeah.
That didn't sound like anything else, and I'll give him that. But it's also like I don't know if that's rap. And like
When I was in the third grade, I thought I was gay. Like that's it's more of like a sappy, like not love song, but it's like a sappy song. Like how can I like throw this in the category of rap
yeah,
just because he has a flow? And I don't know. Like I
it's
feel
like
like a lot
it's
of
like
people.
spoken word. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's more spoken word, but at the same time, like people would say, like Kanye, he had Bittersweet. That was a spoken word thing
Yeah,
before, and All Falls Down. That was spoken word. He did that before he made it a song.
hmm
But I don't know. Like it's so hard for me to throw Macklemore in that category as
I don't know what the difference is, but it seems there
he's a
does
pop
seem to
artist
be
to me.
yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that. I don't know. I couldn't pinpoint you exactly what it is, but there is something different.
Yeah.
But on this same topic, it was something that I was thinking about when I was driving home the other day. I put on a Drake playlist because it's been a while, and I was thinking about the differences between like different rappers and like the types of reactions that you have to their bars. So like I was sitting there and I was listening to the Lemon Pepper freestyle, and Drake throughout a lot of his songs has this really unique ability to uh, narrate a situation, and by the time he gets done narrating the situation, it's like, God damn. like like when he like in that specific one, he talks about going to a PTA meeting and everybody like being like, oh my god, like Drake's here, and then somebody asks him if he knows Beyonce and Nicki Minaj, and then it takes like 2 beats and he's like, of course. You know, and it's just like, god damn son.
just that hard flex while telling a story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm picking up my
But
kid from school. Also, I I am the center of attention everywhere I go. And yes, I know all of your favorite people personally.
yeah,
Their
yeah.
numbers are in my phone.
Who do you think out of like most rappers put on, like Drake is known for putting on Toronto, the six. It gave it every like
Mhm.
the North and all that stuff. Like even Toronto teams have taken from Drake. They're like, oh yeah, we've got like something. Who
That's one of the I don't know. I still do not know how I feel about that, but it's something that happened. Like
it's
the
wild.
fact that an NBA team looked at Drake and was like, "Fuck it, we're gonna have an OVO night."
Yes.
Whoa! Like
Yes.
he has weird flexes, like bizarre amounts of
The
flexes.
pull is unreal. But who do you think did the complete opposite? Who has not put on for their city? Like what rapper comes to mind that put the least amount of effort with like, oh, I'm from here, I rep here and all this stuff, and then did the least amount for their city? And if you say the two people that I'm thinking of, I have arguments and we will have qualms.
Yeah. um. Yeah. I don't know. That's a. It's an interesting question. Because the real like tough part of this argument is that like you have some cities that were already doing stuff and somebody else came up in them and didn't have to do much else for the city, and then there's other cities that weren't on a map but nothing really ever came of them. But I think when you look at I you know and this is going to be a weird one, but like Flo Rida, how many successful rappers out of Florida is he responsible for? Zero. How many came out of Florida post Flo Rida that were infinitely more respected than he was? A ton. Like
I was gonna say
now,
Missy
granted,
Kate.
yeah, exactly. Granted, all of them are not model citizens. Kodak and XXX being, the top of
Piece
that
of
list.
shit.
Yeah, but I will say that like they're infinitely more respected in their genres than Flo Rida is, and Flo Rida didn't help them. And to be honest, there's not a lot of popular rappers that have come from Florida.
Yeah, no, really. Honestly, the only area that really reps Florida in the rap industry is Miami, Broward County area. Like the South Florida is on the map throughout all of rap. So you've got Rick Ross, you've got I'd even throw in Pitbull because Pitbull was originally a rapper. But like Pitbull and people like that, it's Miami. You just
Yeah.
know Miami or Broward County area, and Dade County area. No one from our area of Florida.
No.
There's
That 386 put on has been happening for 20 years, and there are people who have
yeah,
been or 20 years for like 40 years, and that stuff has been that it's never gone. Not for lack
it's
of
no,
effort, because it's
no.
around.
I mean, you got 407, like the Orlando people, like very few Orlando artists have, yeah, they've brought up buzz, but they're not around anymore.
And you
But
want to,
then,
but really, I mean, you want to talk about Florida as far as music goes. I mean, like the mid 2000s, like you had like Under
bro,
Oath, Mayday Parade, like so many of these like pop punk,
mhm,
like post hardcore
um,
bands that came out of Florida.
who is it? Not what is it? Yellow Card and
Yeah,
The Day to Remember. Like these are all Florida bands.
yeah.
Like, but as far
Oh,
as
got to give a shout out to T Pain. He also has done nothing for
T-Pain,
anybody.
whoa,
He has done nothing for Florida. He's done nothing for Florida.
you sir,
He's done
I
nothing
want
for
to
Florida.
okay, okay, all right. His name is Tallahassee Payne, and I feel he's done a lot for
How many years
Tallahassee
that
as far
take to
as I
come
know.
out? You know what I mean? Like how many years that take to go out? I've never heard him talk about Tallahassee in a song.
Okay, all right, I'll give you that. I'm not going to deal with this T-Pain slander whatsoever, but okay, fine. I'll give you that one.
Mm-hmm.
God, that really pissed me off. that one really pissed me off because that came out of nowhere. I thought you would have said like Ludacris or Nelly, but you went with T-Pain, and now I'm mad.
Ludacris is a great example of the thing I was talking about, where Atlanta's already there, and
Yeah,
Nelly is a great example of something that was just very short lived.
yeah. St. Louis, they didn't have like
Shaney,
name
Murphy, Lee, Nelly. Those are the three.
and
Wait,
that
what
was
about
about it.
What about Jaquan? I feel like
Jaquan, yeah, St.
okay,
Louis. He was St.
okay.
Louis.
So
Yeah,
Jaquan.
Jaquan. Damn, I was listening to Hood Hop the other day. I was just someone mentioned like, oh, Jaquan Hood Hop. I was like, oh shit.
Also,
I
I've got no
forgot that
information to
song.
back this up, but I think Jibbs is from Florida too. So maybe Jibbs.
Is Jibs from Florida?
I don't
Yeah,
know. It just seems
Jibs.
it seems like something that
Yeah.
would be Florida.
Roy Jones Jr. is from Pensacola.
He doesn't have
Um,
anything to do with this conversation.
yes, he does, bro. Roy Jones Jr. has one of the most like rap. Like, okay, hold on. If I pull up this song and you're gonna be like, holy shit, that was Roy. Because
Oh,
Pensacola people take
I know
pride.
I know the song you're talking about.
Yeah, can't be touched.
Yeah.
We roamed it like that was him. And
Oh,
Pensacola folks take.
Jibbs was born in St. Louis.
Wow. Okay, that's that's right on the money with the conversation. But yeah, California. Like the funny thing is, you would say the East Coast, West Coast, like rap shit, brought up. Like you have Tupac, like someone who's on my head right now. Tupac is from New York, though. He was originally from New York, or not?
Yeah.
Was it New York or Baltimore or something like that?
Baltimore and
But
New York.
yeah, and so, but he repped California hard as fuck,
Yeah.
and you just don't even know that this nigga was born in New York.
Mhm.
And I remember when I first was moving out to LA, I was like, I'm gonna become like Tupac and just say fuck all that shit from the East Coast. I'm a West Coast nigga now. I was so ready to just be that way.
This is why you can't give young 20-year-olds money straight up. Makes no sense. Makes
I was
zero
ready
sense
to
at all.
drop all my southern whatever roots in Florida and just said I'm a West Coast nigga now. I'm from Cali, nigga. Like that's where I be. That's where I'm stationed. That's who I rep. Fuck East Coast.
Where you live now?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Tide always
I'm
comes
right.
back in. Tide always comes back in.
Cream rises to the crop. Or what is it? Cream rises to the crop.
The cream always rises. to the top.
To the top.
And
To
then
the
there's
top.
the cream of the crop. Jesus.
Seems very close. I just saw a post today. Someone said on Twitter, because you know how Twitter has lost the cropping thing where you just kind of see all photos for what they are, like open for a surprise. Someone said, no more crop, but my people are still out in the fields.
All right.
Get this guy out of here.
Yikes.
Oh shit. So I want to make a little announcement as a sidebar. It's been a long time coming. And you know, it actually hasn't been a long time coming. But anyways, I would just like to say I'm taking my talents to higher and better opportunities out in this world. And I just want to say for the next 18 years, I'm going to be a dad. This is my announcement. I'm going to be a dad, y'all.
I have to find new clickbait for this title. I was not expecting that at all.
I'm making the commit.
I can't believe you didn't run out of Boys and Girls Club to make that announcement.
I just bought this dad hat, and I was like, yo, that shit's got a fire. And I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make it like a college pick and switch out hats. And I'm committed to the dad life now.
Oh, my God.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, I'm going to have to screen cap you switching hats and show that haircut off.
Oh, please don't. My receding hairline is I'm working on it, man. Which brings us to our sponsors, Keeps.
Oh, no.
Are you slacking up top? Well, buy Keeps.
Don't drop the top.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
how's that feel?
That is now out in the open. I mean, it's whatever now. It's whatever, cuz. Still that West Coast nigga, cuz.
I'm gonna put in. We can talk about this later. Anyway,
still got that West Coast daddy, cuz dad vibes, bro. But yeah, no, it's cool. Like excited, nervous, because you know, I've avoided the situation multiple times, but now it's like I'm ready. I'm ready.
I remember reading this thing like, y'all ever like afraid to be parents? And then everybody was like, yeah, of course, like whatever. And then the guy follows up and he's like, you know, like what if you just don't vibe with your kid? Yo, what if the vibes are just all wrong?
Yeah, I don't fuck with that kid. You know, okay, so you know, there's that like ongoing stupid conversation of like, would you rather have a gay son or a thought daughter and all that shit? Yeah, I hate it. It's so
That's the nether regions of the internet right there,
bro. I hate it. It's a lot. Black Twitter too, like is constantly asked that recycled question, like if it's fucking important. Like I don't care if my kid's gay. I don't care if my daughter is out here, whatever. I mean, I do, but like I don't care to the point where it's just like I'm sexualizing my unborn child. But if my kid came up to me one day and was like, "Dad, I want to be a cop," get the fuck out of my house. I don't know you.
I don't
you
vibe
are
with
done
you at all. The vibes are just all wrong in here.
Get the fuck out of here. Get that shit off the airwaves. You are cut off from this family from here on out.
Oh man.
You can be whatever you want. You could be a goddamn unicorn. I don't care.
I'm just dying at the fact that like there's just some built up resentment towards you, and he's just gonna take it out with him on the job.
I'm gonna be the best cop there is. Fuck, man. I want to say something, but it's not fun.
We both have the same thought. We both have the exact same thought.
Yeah, I have a scenario and I know how to say it, but I'm not. 'Cause it's not fun to joke about. Because niggas are losing their lives out here, literally.
Yeah, if you could do me a favor and raise the boy right so he doesn't contribute to that, that'd be sick.
Raise him right. Raise him right.
Well, raise him correctly. Excuse me. Raise him right.
Ain't no right wing in my house.
Yeah.
Ain't no right. Not in my parts. You know what's funny? The other day,
We only loosen screws in this house. I've never tightened anything. Ain't no righty tighty in here.
I only watch NASCAR because they only go left, which would be fucking ironic because there's a bunch of conservatives out in that audience. But the other day, I was driving because, like, you know, I live in a pretty rural area of the Atlanta, Georgia area. And there was a sign that said LGBT. And that was it.
Mhm.
It's not like the whole thing. It's just like whatever supporting it. And, and I was just like, imagine just like, oh, hey, so do you support gay folks? Yep. You support lesbian and trans? Yep. Absolutely. I'll stand by them with all that stuff. What about queer folk? Nope. Ain't no queers around here. I will not allow it. I will not stand for the queers. And it's just like, I just thought of that scenario in my head.
Like the line had to be drawn somewhere.
I gotta draw. I gotta draw the line. I gotta draw the line somewhere.
No,
I'm an ally.
As soon as they put that plus on there, that was it for me.
Count me out. Count me out.
I can barely remember my goddamn phone number. You expect me to remember all these folk? I ain't even met them yet. They ain't no kin.
Ain't no kin to me. But I just was like, why would you leave that out? It was just like, oh, unless you really feel that way. Like queers, nope. They can't do the queers.
They ran out of like screen printing for the letters. They're like, fuck, 50 more cents. Fuck, there's no way.
I can't do that. I can't afford it.
Can we get is there any chance we get a plus for, like thrown in for free? Just to like
thanks Joe Biden.
Gas prices have been going up. Stickers got more expensive. Got people dealing with the kung flu out here.
I can't even support the queers. I don't got the money for it. Goddamn Joe Biden. This country's going down the shithole. Where's Trump? Where's Trump?
I do love my alternative lifestyles though. More power to them.
Yeah, my kids gay. And you know, I support them, but they said they were queer. And at that point I said, you gotta get out of my house. I'm not supporting that.
Water around here's turning the fucking frogs gay.
Water's turning the frogs gay. I'm sorry, Joe Rogan.
I'm sorry, this is a family show. Dude, I've said this before. I don't think I've ever said this publicly, but man, it's just it's a really sad time in just American discourse where like Alex Jones had to be taken off the air. And here's exactly what I mean by that. He was just a parody. Like if you look at him through the lens of like, this is as bad as it could possibly be, but laugh at it.
Yeah.
Like it's really, really, really funny. But as soon as people were like, I like what this guy's talking about. No, okay.
Yeah.
No.
No. Not allowed.
Hold on.
Wait, he's got a point. No.
No.
Stop.
It's like
Stop it right now.
It's like watching the Chappelle show and seeing Clayton Bigsby get on there. He's like, yeah, that guy's got some valid points. It's like, whoa, hold on. You're missing this whole thing.
If I was a blind nigger, I'd be in the Klan too. Like, just like, what? No, you gotta go.
Hold on. There's something going wrong here. Dave's going to Africa.
I'm sorry, this person's a demon.
People police just come up and snatch Black Klansmen.
Good movie.
Also,
bro, have you seen the TikTok where it's like that scene in Black Klansman where what's his fucking name? Adam Driver, where he's like, "Get out of here, you black spear chucking motherfucker!" And someone's like, "We didn't put that in the script. That's not in the script."
It would be so. Like, can you imagine being like an improvisational comedian having to work on a movie with touchy race subjects and being like, I'm so sorry.
Something just took over me.
Well, my character, you see.
Yeah, that was good. But can you tone it down a little bit? Just a little bit. Just like the black cameraman just just look behind.
Like Mel Gibson, we can't use any of what you just said. You understand that there are an enormous There's a lot of Jews that work on this crew. You can't. Also, what does this have to do with any of what we're working on right now? I don't.
Why is this in Daddy? What is it? The movie with him, Mark Wahlberg, and Daddy? Who's Daddy? Look who's Daddy or whatever. Damn it! I fucked up my joke.
Last Mel Gibson movie I watched was Passion of the Christ. I remember.
It made me real angry. I thought Mel Gibson had a good point.
I just remember going to that and then just like everybody's
You
like,
went? You went to the movie theater and saw it?
Yeah. Because it was like, because it was like right at that time where like impressionable, people try to like bind you into the faith. And I just remember like going to that movie, like, and people hyping it up as like, this is a religious experience. It's like, dude, this is Gladiator. Like, this is like somebody panned the camera from the Coliseum out to Jesus.
Yep. You're like, oh, Jesus is in the same city as Russell Crowe. Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, it was very strange. I mean,
it was unnecessarily violent. Like the worst part that was super traumatizing to me because I ended up watching it because it's gonna sound fucked up, but like when we got it on VHS, I remember putting it in and like just skipping to the crucifix and the beatings because I didn't want to see any of the dialogue because it was in a different language, right? Wasn't it like Hebrew? Yeah, it was.
I don't think so.
It wasn't in English. It was not in English, but
it's been a while.
I skipped all the way to like the violence because that's what I wanted to see. And it was very traumatizing because like when they're whipping him and he's like just whatever shackled up and they had like the nine tail with spikes and it got in his rib and the fucking Roman soldier just yanked it and it's just like a gut, just piece of gut just flied off.
And then that guy in the back was like,
"Oh,
daddy."
Harder. What?
Okay, well, go ahead and secure that ticket
that
straight to hell.
It was a movie. It's not real.
I wonder how they got the cameras back then.
I don't know why that was so funny.
Because it happened to one person. It happened to one person. You know that person where it's like you're watching a movie that's clearly based on historical events, and they're like, "Is this real?" It's like, well,
yeah. It's
complicated.
Did this really happen?
They weren't filming them. Not everybody was lapped up.
You got mics and everything. But God.
Jesus just running the craft station. Hey, once you're done with this take, we need more coffee. I can do water. I can do wine. That's all I got here. Moderation, folks. Moderation, folks. Saw it out here.
Jesus, this is a cat. Can I have a Pinot instead? I'm not really a fan. Well, I can do a Mal Blanc. Like,
just turns back to Jesus. Just the hard eyebrows.
Yeah, Jesus, this is not my favorite. Do you have anything that's a little sweeter, like a Riesling or something like that?
Jesus just leans back in one of those wooden chairs with the fabric on it. Just like this, bitch. So I told her I'm the son of God. Everybody starts cracking up.
I just made water into wine, and you're asking for a specific kind. I can't win. I can't win.
Daps up Judas before he goes do another take. All right, I'm gonna fuck with you. And Judas gets up from his chair and it's just clink, 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 clink.
Yeah. I got you, Jesus. I got you. You're gonna fuck with me? No, I got you, man.
Judas got bands all of a sudden. He keeps taking us out places. I've been eating free for a month. Well, this is the last one, guys. Jesus is paying this time.
This is on you, Jesus. All right, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, it is fine. Wait for it. Hey, yo, come take a photo of this. Come take a photo of y'all. And like you got Peter reaching over or something. The Last Supper. The Da Vinci Code. That's a V. That stands for the. There's a V in the photo.
Just Jesus pointing at his ribs.
I feel like someone needs to redo that and just make it all like that.
Just the 12 disciples as TikTok fuckboys. 12
Yes,
disciples in the hype house.
If you want me to buy religious art, that's where you're gonna sell me. I will take that. Here's all my money.
Also, I forgot I had a lip tattoo when I did that.
Oh wow. You feel like telling that story?
It's not really much of a story to tell. It went exactly how you thought, how everyone thinks it went.
Does this nigga have a circle in his mouth?
You gotta ask, can't afford it. What? Moving on.
What? Moving on. Oh shit. Okay. I don't even know what else I have. I don't even know where to go from here.
It only goes up.
You can't even segue into anything. So I'll just start off and saying I hate niggas that shave their heads. Why'd you get started? Like I hate niggas. Just, that's it. We're shut down.
Been hanging around too many white folk lately. Just on high alert.
Hate them all. But no, I hate dudes that shave their heads when they have a full set of hair. Because me being the person that is receding and losing hair, you are appropriating bald culture. And you need to just grow out your fucking locks and stop cutting it. Just stop. Oh no, my head's hot. Fuck you. I don't have a choice in this. I gotta shave my shit because my genetics are shit.
Do you
so
think?
Fuck you.
Do you think we've reached a place in society where bald men are going to be able to keep their beards in the workplace for like the long haul? Like I know beards are in style, right, or kind of in style right now. Like, do you think
you
that
have to?
Like,
you have to at this point.
You can't be walking around as a clean shaven bald man
Bro,
unless you're like over 60.
Like even Mr. Clean has a fucking soul patch. Like, come on,
That's
you
facts.
can't. If someone is completely bald and clean shaven, you automatically think that they're going through something like chemotherapy immediately,
or has stories about the old country. You know what I mean? You know, like the way they used to make pizza, some shit like that.
Or has alopecia. Is it alopecia?
Alopecia, yeah.
Alopecia, barely know her, but yeah, that didn't work. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Speaking of alopecia, I'll tell this story.
Where is this going?
I just remember, and this is offensive, and I didn't say this, but there was one time.
Do not get us fucking canceled.
There's this one time Kevin Garnett was playing in the playoffs versus this guy named Charlie Villanueva who had alopecia, which for those of you who don't know means he has no hair anywhere on his face or
is
his
that
head.
what that means?
Well, listen, in case people don't know what fucking alopecia is. So anyway, at some point during the game, KG, being the psycho that he is, turned and looked at Charlie Villanueva and called him a cancer patient. And so, which is a lot. And then after the game, somebody said, "Hey, KG, we all heard you say that Charlie Villanueva was a cancer patient." And he goes, No, I said he was a cancer to his team." And I was like, smooth.
Okay. Okay.
It's smooth, but also fuck you.
I will never forget the time that I was called a cancer. It was algebra, and we had math groups and shit like that. And so in my math group, we had to present at the end of the class. And I just, me being me, just goofing, and getting getting everybody laughing and whatnot. So when it was time to come up to present, we didn't solve the problem. And
good math
my
group.
my teacher specifically pointed me out, and she was just like, "You can't do this or whatever. Like, you are a cancer to this classroom." And in my head, I was like, "Yeah, I was born on June 24th. How'd you know?" But yeah, and it took me a while because the kid just started laughing because he understood what she was saying to me. Like she just called me just yeah, I was eating the inside of the classroom and killing it slowly. That's pretty much what she said. And I took that shit to heart. So she's like, you guys have till Monday to figure your shit out. So you know what I did? After I was really offended, I went home. And mind you, I'm not a good a math student. I'm terrible at the maths. And I did all the math problem, whatever shit that for our group, came up with the board and presented and all that stuff on Monday and fucking killed it. And she's just like, you know what? You really impressed me, but you're only getting a 90% because it's Sunday late. So
I'm not giving you daps for completing a 5th grade math assignment.
It wasn't 5th grade, nigga. It was algebra.
Are you just getting in your feelings because you're about to have a kid now? Is that
was
what
high
this
school.
is? Do I have to take
hope-
do I have to take the mic off the rack and us get into some stuff?
Is this the therapy moment? This is the therapy segment.
I don't know. I mean, something's clearly a brewing here. So let's talk about this. Would you rather your daughter be a thought
Or have a gay son?
or your son be a thought?
Bro, I saw some guy on TikTok ask that to a random dude. Immediately, this is probably the worst thing I've heard or take on this. So the guy's like, would you rather have a gay son or a thought daughter? And he goes, gay son. And he's like, oh, really? He's like, yeah. Free head. And in the comments, because TikTok's comments are always superior to the videos, a guy said, honestly, it's free head in either situation. And the man who posted the video was just like, y'all need to be arrested. Y'all need to rot in prison for the things that you are saying right now.
I was better having not heard that story.
Yep. But I mean, hey, if I had to see it, you had to see it, and I shared it. And now everybody else all 5 people that listen to this podcast, y'all know about it.
Back on rack Q. All right. So let's talk what okay. I think boiling. So I think about this all the time because it's one of those questions that there's no right answer to, but I always think about, like, those things that you just did and you learned from, but you didn't. Your parents would be furious to hear anything about it, but you came out on the other side of it, on the right side of it. Like, what would be some things you can't explicitly tell your child, but like you'd love to like imbue them with the logic of like, listen,
Of life, like things I had to learn or unlearn.
So, what would be a good example? A good example would be like, listen, drugs are fun, but they're not more fun than doing well in life and respecting others.
And sobriety.
And I don't know if that's necessarily a bad parenting thing to say out loud. However, you probably shouldn't start there.
Yeah.
Like, they'll figure it out and they'll probably be all right if you do the right things. But it's like, there are some shortcuts I'd like to take of like, hey, listen, if you're going to a party, just take your shoes off. You're going to thank me, and I can't really tell you why, but if you know.
Dad, you're being very cryptic.
Yeah, listen,
You're being more cryptic than normal.
if you happen to take a snooze, it'll just benefit you infinitely to not have your shoes on at that point.
I don't know. Like, I think I can't think of a situation that I don't know. Because it's like, yeah, like you said, drugs are fun, but like microdose is more important, or just being a functioning human being and not having it let you like take over your whole life. I feel like that's okay, but at what point do you tell that kid? Like, at what point is it okay to share your knowledge of, hey, if you are at a party and you're underage,
Run
run
quickly.
yeah, like, but also there's a I was asked the other day where it's like, if you have someone, like if your daughter or whatever is gay and she's like, hey, can I have a friend over that, and it's another girl, and she's, I guess they're around the age 6, but if you don't know what they're doing, do you just like, okay, cool, like, yeah, it's fine, and that's what I feel like. But if they're hooking up, at what point are you like, do we tell the other parents? And I feel like you can't do that, because if the girl's not out to her parents,
Yeah.
then you're
That's
outing.
that's a tough, yeah, that's a tough situation. I mean, I think at the end of the day, uh, you got to be supportive.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm not going to turn my house into a fuck den for my
Yeah,
children.
yeah, yeah.
So
That's
it's
not
like,
where I'm saying. Yeah.
yeah. So like, listen, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, leave the door open. She has to be gone by 9, and like, listen, whatever the case may be, it's like, listen, like, don't do some stupid shit. Like, I got my own shit. Like, listen,
I got my own shit.
yeah, like, I'm
your dad, but I got my own shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna be playing Call of Duty until like 3. So if you just want to stop by every hour just to check in with me and grab me another drink, that would be sweet. But like, I'm not going in there and checking on you.
I don't
I've got
want to
some
turn a blind
12-year-old
eye,
from
but
Canada trying to say that he's better than me at this video game, and I'm 34 and I'm a man.
I got a 12-year-old. It's calling me the N-word. It's still hitting. It's hitting my nerves. So I need to give me space. But I don't know, man. It's just like in those situations where, like, growing up, I was able to have people or like girls come over, but I had to keep the door open. I had to, like, whatever, and still got away with shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Still,
I mean,
like,
it doesn't matter.
it doesn't stop. Like, at the same time, like, you want to hide your kids from all sexual activity and stuff like that, but at the same time, you were a kid, and if you did it, more than likely they're gonna do it. So you just have to be open enough to, like, prepare, like, I guess, like how you said, like, the wisdom to kind of be like, hey, you're gonna do this, do it like this.
You gotta you gotta give some blueprints, like, or maybe
Yeah,
not.
but
Maybe
you don't want to
blueprints
be like
yeah.
enabling, like, the bad behaviors, but you got to just kind of, hey, I know where you're at because I've been there.
Yeah.
So let me help you out and not be
bed
dumb about this.
specifically, it's my mom's house. I grew up in here.
I fucked your mom on that bed.
No, I mean, I think this was something that kind of resonated with me about parenting. Gary V was talking about, as everything does, it comes back to Gary V. But he
do better.
But he was talking about how when he was a kid, he was like 5 years old, and his mom and him were walking into a store, and he opened up the door for somebody else, and he was like, my mom acted like I just won the fucking Super Bowl. And I just always kind of thought about that, of like, she was just instilling the right values in me of like, yeah, that means nothing, but you remember being 5 and like having your parents be excited about shit that you were doing. And it's like,
No.
Okay, well, we can unpack that. But it was just one of those things where I was like, shit, like little things like that can go a long way of like, my mom would be cheering for me doing the right thing, holding the door open,
Hitting the ball off the tee and shit like that.
Well, treating people with respect, but yes.
I guess.
Yeah.
Tomato.
That whole thing. So I don't know. I think you got to kind of like, show them the proper free throw form, and then they'll take that into the game. Like, you're not going to have to tell them to keep their elbow in. It's like they've been doing it their whole lives. They're going to keep, they're going to keep doing the shit that you've taught them. But yeah, it's hard to be explicit with certain things because it's like,
like, you want to share so much, but at the same time, you're like, I'm 4. Like, I can only help you so much until you
I
hit.
don't want to hear about your hat stories.
Like, I'm 4. Okay, well, here, just don't bite people. Don't do this.
Yeah.
Say yes, thank you. No, thank you. All that stuff. Because like there's certain things where like I was raised not to say ma'am
That's so
to
weird.
anybody. My mom was very big on that because she's from New York, and so she felt that was just a very almost not like racially driven type of thing. Like, yes, ma'am,
Yeah, I
no,
got
ma'am, like type of thing. So my mom always said, you don't say ma'am to anyone. And so I would go through school and my teachers would be like, that's yes, ma'am, say it. And I'm like, I'm not allowed to say ma'am, so I'll just say yes. And they're like, what? I remember I got in trouble for it. And my mom came to school. She had to she had to come to school. I was in the principal's office and she's like, I don't tell my son to say ma'am. And they're like, wait, what? Why? And it's like, that's rude. And it's like, no, it's not. But I mean, it's weird values.
Say ma'am, Miss Boyce. And you're like, oh, Jesus. This is getting out of hand.
Yeah. Yeah. See, and it's just kind of like, it's that racial boy. Like, don't call me boy. I will fuck you up if you say boy to me. And oof, like shit like that. And so that's where something that I've always taken in life where unless I'm like joking, like I don't say ma'am to an older adult. I'm like, yes, ma'am. No, I'll just say yes, so and so.
Yeah.
Like I'll show my respect in a different way. I don't say ma'am.
Yeah. I think as a tall white guy, it's my way of disarming people. Like,
yeah,
he's not gonna be a fucking gorilla. You know what I mean? It's like this gigantic this gigantic motherfucker just strolling in here, but he called me sir, so I think things are gonna be copacetic.
Yeah. Well, see, like I started saying sir because it was just fun. Like, oh, hey, sir, calm down. Like, I just thought that shit was funny. So now I just, oh, yes, sir. But I don't, ma'am. I say it if it's funny, like in an ironic situation. Like I'll say it like ironically, but I won't say it for serious ever. And I think that's just a weird value that my mom taught me, which is something I probably won't teach my kid. Because I was just like, yeah, you just say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, or whatever. Because like if you get pulled over by a cop, you gotta have the proper respects and like diffuse situations of like, oh, hey, I'm abiding by these rules, that stuff. Unless you are a cop, then get the fuck out of my house. Unless you become the cop, get the fuck out of my house.
Facts. Oh, look at him, his little Hellraiser with his hat on. It's like, oh boy. Here we go.
Little Hellraiser.
I gotta put the belt on the table and make sure he remembers what's what.
You want to protect and serve?
But to serve you, yo ass.
Not on my watch. Bend over.
Not on my watch.
Not on my watch.
Oh man. somewhere Dr. Phil was like, you see, now this is exactly the issue that I'm talking about. You got
catch me outside, have my day.
Yeah. You got your mother and she's doing fine, but the problem, you see, is that it's just a lack of respect throughout the entire house. Let's go ahead and roll the clip.
Why are you so good at Dr. Phil? How am I just finding this out that you're really good at doing Dr. Phil? How much Dr. Phil have you seen to be able to get that impression down packed? Because I feel like you've seen The Sopranos enough, and your Dr. Phil is better than any Soprano. Oh, let's roll the clip. That one got me. Let's roll the clip.
Let's take the case of Emily, a 12-year-old girl from Wisconsin. She's out here drinking, having fun, doesn't care about, quote unquote, any of these bitches. We got her mother, Candy, right here, who's lost complete control over. Let's go ahead and bring Candy out.
Hi, Dr. Phil. How's it going?
Well, no, man, can you talk to me exactly some of the issues you're having with your daughter?
Yes, I can. So last week I told her to take the trash out, and she told me that I ain't shit, and that I don't matter, and that struck me as disrespect. So I told her that was very disrespectful, and she punched me in the nose
Okay.
and said, "Respect that." She said, "Respect this pussy boy."
Now, when you said that, did you ever consider that you are the trash?
Yeah. No, Dr. Phil, I thought I was doing a good job.
All right. Now here's what I'm gonna do for you and little Emily. I'm gonna send her off to a ranch in Texas. And I don't need you to look up anything about the ranch. The history is
What do they do at this ranch?
it's tenuous. I've been sending kids there for multiple years, and a long storied history of sexual assault and misconduct. But I will tell you this: when she comes back, she will be a reformed human being, and we'll probably punch you once or twice, but we try our best to beat it out of them there. Let them swing their little hearts out. That's what we say. We let them swing their little hearts out.
I can't believe you doing this for me. Thank you so much, Dr. Phil. I appreciate it. I'm such a trash mother, and I just want Emily to do better and be better.
All right, I want to thank y'all for another great episode. You were a wonderful audience. Also, as we end every show, praise be to Oprah. Thank you.
Phil.
Oh my god.
Oh wow. Oh shit. That was ridiculous. I can't. Oh man.
How do you move a podcast from 58 to 101? Break out a Dr. Phil impression.
Killing it.
All right, let's outro him.
All right. Where can they find you, Quinn?
You can find me at Quinn Tweets on all major social media platforms. Also, if you check on YouTube, we have a banner with all of our social media. So check us out on YouTube at safespacefordepravity.com, Safe Space for Depravity Pod on TikTok, and Safe Space for Depravity Podcast on Facebook.
Ooh, we got the Facebook links. Y'all can find me at Welly Boyce on Twitter and Wellington Boyce on Instagram and TikTok. And yeah, I think that's about it. All right, we'll see y'all next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.